Hello, dear ones. Father Peter John coming to you from the bunker in Bloomington, Indiana. Christ is in our midst. I wanted to share something with you. I just came from a couple of basketball games that were absolutely wonderful. You know, there's nothing like Indiana basketball, of course. Even during COVID, I mean, there weren't that many people in the stands, but it was a rowdy crowd out here in Indiana, basketball country. And what was happening tonight was our local homeschooling team, you know, the Bloomington Bobcats, was facing the defending two-time state champion Martinsville Eagles. And Martinsville has just, I would say they've walked over us in the past, but it's been a little bit more forceful than walking. We've had some real trouble playing against Martinsville, and they're just a strong team. They're gutsy, they're smart, they have some real skill, and and there's a couple of them that are a little scrappy. You know, they really like to put themselves into it. I mean, really get into it. You know, and there's a little intimidation there. You know, and what happened tonight was something spectacular. I wish you could have seen it. It won't show up on ESPN or anything like that. It won't show up anywhere where it's just a small little, basketball game in Martinsville, Pennsylvania, Indiana. But what happened was awesome, and I'll just tell you what it was. Our team went out there, and, you know, I mean, I came tonight, I was in the car, and I'm thinking, oh, man, we're going to play the Eagles again, you know, and I know what I expect is coming because I've seen what's come in the past. But what happened tonight was unusual. Our team went out there, and, you know, Martinsville came out on the court, and everybody's kind of wild, and they're excited, and the team comes out, and they start playing like champions, you know. But our team decided tonight that they weren't going to be pushed around. It's kind of fun when that happens. They decided they weren't going to be pushed around. They came out, and they answered everything. I mean, every time Martinsville made a shot, the Bobcats made a shot, and it was just one after the other, until our team actually pulled ahead. And that was probably about 5 or 6 minutes into the game. At that point, something very interesting happened that I have not seen before with the defending state champion Eagles. They became discouraged. They started missing shots. They were missing blocks. Nobody was going for the rebounds. I mean, they were missing the simplest layups, and it was really astounding to watch what was happening. It actually, for me, was illustrating a principle taught by the Desert Fathers, and that is this: that when the demons tempt us to sin, when we find the ability and the strength by the grace of God, by the power of the name of Christ, by the power of the sign of the cross of Christ, when we find the ability to overcome the temptations, they kind of step back and they become discouraged. St. Macarius the Great talks about how the demons, when they start to realize that no longer works with you, that they will flee. They'll leave. And it's not, that doesn't mean you won't be tempted anymore. It just means that when they see that you are willing to put up a fight, that you're not willing to be pushed around, that they'll take note, and they'll become discouraged, and they'll try something else. So my hope and my prayer for each of us is that we will put our foot down, take that stand, and say, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not falling for this anymore. I am not buying the lie anymore. Whatever it is that we're tempted to do, it could be gossip. It could be, white lies. It could be braggadocious behavior. It could be just, things that fall into the category of pride or lust or greed, whatever it might be. When we put our foot down, we say, I'm not doing this anymore. Lord Jesus Christ, Son of God, have mercy on me, the sinner. Strengthen me. Help me to turn from this and to live a life that's pleasing to you. Then our opponent, the enemy, the adversary, the demonic powers of the world, they will become discouraged. And that's what we want. We want them discouraged. We want them to knock it off. Well, I wish I could say the story had a rosy ending. It actually was a phenomenal game. It went into double overtime. Unbelievable. And in the end, I think we lost by 2. But we can say that we went into double overtime with the defending state champion Martinsville Eagles, and that's pretty cool. Christ is in our midst. He is and ever shall be.